This has to be studied because there are too many people for it to be paranoia. And you believe that it's a window into the reality of viral illnesses from the flu and other things that we may have stumbled on to something we've been living with as a systemic issue that we never identified.
That's right. We now know that there was actually something called long flu because long COVID made us actually take a look at it.
I'm actually so glad that you brought that up. You remember Dr. Zaid Al-Ali? He was the one that discovered that in his long COVID research. Ultimately, the bottom line is that COVID is worse than flu. Acute COVID is worse than acute flu. Post-acute COVID, long COVID, aka PASC, is worse than post-acute flu. Dr. Al-Ali is very concerned about the trajectory that we are on. As such, he does not want to get infected with this virus. Because he knows the damages that can result, he, as well as most of the other COVID researchers, consistently utilize respirator masks as one of their defenses against infection.
Can lead to long-term consequences, including, neurodegenerative diseases that we never expected, hepatitis, HPV. This is an opportunity for us to discover new things based on what is happening with COVID. A lot of people don't want to think about COVID anymore. As a researcher, as a physician, as somebody who takes care of and sees sick people, it is an opportunity we cannot pass up. We have to dig into this.
Well, look.
As one of the scientists being showcased by the media, I think what he means to say is the elite and world governments decided to take a gamble with our health and well-being. They didn't want to see any disturbances with their wealth generation, so by FAFOing at full blast, letting it rip fully and ignoring the science, they are now coming to recognize the threat that this virus actually is. And through calculating their cost-benefit analysis, they see that this is not sustainable. See, they never really cared about creating massive amounts of death and severe disabilities until the scientists started speaking their language. The threat is so substantial that economists are now saying that there's no amount the government shouldn't be spending to fix this issue. It's so large. The only question is whether or not we FAFO'd too hard, because we are screwed. There's literally no amount that's overdoing it in terms of money that should be invested in fixing this issue. As Harvard economist. So now they are starting their subtle pivot, saying the same things that scientists and activists have been saying would happen since 2020 if we did not take this seriously.
As a researcher, as a physician, as somebody who takes care of and sees sick people, it is an opportunity we cannot pass up. We have to dig into this.
Well, look, I'd love to never think about it again. It's just people keep getting it.
Right.
So Dr. Will is going to help me. He's going to direct me towards information and people that we should talk to and have on and who's got to give us answers. So Dr. William Lee, thank you as always. I appreciate you.